it's me again. I just finished doing one take of my panic attack video, but I have a little disclaimer. I just did one take of that video because I felt like it was my most authentic self. And talking about a topic like this, you have to give out your most authentic self with that. So even if I sound shaky, I sound nervous, it's all fine. It's all good for me. I just wanted to get the point across properly on the matter. I covered all of the topics I wanted to discuss. I didn't actually need the script or anything, which was quite good. And yeah, this is just a little disclaimer saying this was all taken in one take. So, give me some props for that. Like, I think I did well, and I didn't even need my water bottle, which is so cute. It has little, like, flying little Iron Man. I love Iron Man. Iron Man's awesome. So now I'm gonna go eat a Twix bar and lie down and edit. Welcome back, Gemstones. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a topic that's very dear to my heart, and it's about panic attacks. We're going to be talking about my own personal story with panic attacks, some of the ways I realize my triggers, and how it's good for you to know your triggers as well, and some of the ways in which you can cope or stop a panic attack when it's happening, and a bit on how to help someone that's having a panic attack. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please subscribe and give a thumbs up, and let's get to it. So just before we start by your personal story, I do have my little teddy bear with me today because I think I'm gonna need him for some support, as well as a little laptop with some notes and a water bottle in case I get, because I'm getting a dry throat right now. So, when did I first start experiencing panic attacks? I think my first panic attack was when I was 13. I had recently lost someone very close to me, and in the beginning, I didn't really process it well, and then suddenly it just hit me, and I started to hyperventilate. I started to shake. I almost passed out, and it was quite a scary moment, to be honest. Then over the years, I began to have more and more and more, from in anywhere and everywhere, from public places to private places. I've had them in the bathroom, in my room. I've had them in in the beginning of a testing pre-exam kind of thing. So I was in service class, and it was supposed to be the fine dining training, and I don't know, I had had so much going on in my head the past couple of weeks, and I was just messing everything up. Usually I'm very good at service class, and I was just messing every single thing up, from even smallest thing, and I just didn't know what to do. I knew I was having a panic attack, but in my mind, I was like, okay, you can push through this, just a couple more hours, then we'll go to our room, then we can, sort this out. And as I went back to the kitchen to go get the orders for my table, I think it was around main course. Yeah, it was around the main course time. I went to go get the orders, and the supervisor was talking to me, and the words she was saying was just not entering my head. And she tried to hand me the plate because, just thinking she didn't know what was happening. And I was shaking, and suddenly I just started crying. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't even speak. I just started shaking and crying, and I could hardly even walk. So she had to call the main supervisor, and they took me to the back of the room where I think I was there for about 30 minutes. Even one of my friends came to see me. It was the back of the kitchen area, and if you've ever worked in a restaurant or something, you would know that there were always a lot of people. So people were passing by and seeing me, and I was shaking. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. And I think that was literally one of my worst panic attacks, because it lasted for a long time. I don't know how long, but I think it was more than 30 minutes at least. I couldn't talk. I was just shaking. I was crying. I felt like at that point in time, I was either going to pass out, I was gonna die. I just felt so terrible and so ashamed. But it was after a lot of calming down and people coming to talk to me, and I just tried to get my breathing under control. It finally stopped. And I've had a lot of these panic attacks, and it never really gets easier. But it's just something that I've come to accept that okay, it's gonna happen, but I've sort of found ways that I can deal with it better than that time. So I've had many panic attacks even after that. And right now right. You see, this is the thing. Talking about this is making me kind of nervous, and okay, yeah. Back to okay, and it was just a very terrible moment. So moving on to ways to identify your triggers. After I started having a lot of panic attacks, I started to identify some of my triggers. For example, if I want to have a panic attack, I notice that I start to cry. My eyes begin to water up, which is one of my first signs. And knowing your triggers is very important, by the way, because this way you're able to get to a safe place. So let's say you're driving and you feel you're about to have a panic attack. This way you can know in time and stop. Or let's say you're in a public place and you're alone, or it's the middle of the night and you're walking back home. Just anything. This way, knowing your triggers, you can get to a safe place in order to reduce your chances of harm during a panic attack. And one of the ways, okay, sorry, I'm repeating myself. Another way I got to know some of my trigger is that I place my hand on top of my chest a lot, and it just feels like my heart is about to leap out of my chest. It's not a very nice experience at all. It just feels like I'm about to burst open like some crazy ass alien movie. And that's another way. My I start to stutter a lot when I'm nervous as well, so my stuttering increases a lot. What else? My breathing becomes extremely erratic. I begin to feel hot. Like everything around me is just burning up. Even if I'm in something like this and I'm wearing short shorts, I feel like I'm burning up, and I just need to let everything go. So yeah, those are some of the ways I discovered my triggers. I started to note all these type of things. You should do that as well. As I said, that way you're able to keep yourself safe during a panic attack. And maybe if you can still talk during your panic attack a bit, you're able to notify your close friend that okay, this is what's happening to me. Keep me safe if you're in public. That's it. Some of the other symptoms of having a panic attack for some people is that they get nauseous. Instead of getting heat flashes, they get cold flashes. It literally feels like you're gonna have a heart attack. You feel like you're dying or you're going crazy. They get this type of things. They get dizzy. They get dehydrated. They feel like they're outside of their body. They feel as if they have no control of your body. You get, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but you get nauseous. Headaches as well can be another symptom of you're gonna have, or sorry, not a symptom, a trigger that you're gonna have a panic attack. Moving on how I learned to cope with my panic attacks. So, uh, after talking to the psychiatrist, which I went to for a very short period of time because I don't know, for some people therapy works, but for me I didn't feel comfortable in therapy, not because of my therapist. He was great. He was like a big old Santa Claus, but I just didn't feel comfortable bearing my heart and soul out to someone, if that makes sense. Like it just wasn't right for me. Maybe I'll try something in the future, like a group therapy where other people are and you can talk. Maybe that will work better. But at the moment, basically started handling my not my, I don't want to use the word issues because it's not an issue. I'm not sure the word to use. I basically started handling these things for myself. And one of the ways I've personally learned to cope is first by learning how to control my breathing. So when I'm having a panic attack, my breathing is always so like really, really, really rapid. So I've learned to do breathing exercises as well. I try to go from like I try to take one deep breath in and then push it out slowly. That way I can slowly steady myself and get back to a normal breathing position. Also, when I know I'm about to have a panic attack and I get myself to a safe place, I try to get in a comfortable position. Usually it's like this with my knees up and my arms like this, and I begin to rock. This rocking motion helps to soothe me. I don't know if it's gonna help you, but it's just something you can consider for your next panic attack. It just helps. It helps relax me. Also, another important thing I like to do is I have many of these little stuffed animals, and I have many large sweatshirts. So I like to scent all of them. Usually, I use sweet or woodsy scents for them. This way, when I'm having a panic attack, I could pick it up, I could smell, and then close my eyes and just I breathe it in, and it just helps me calm down quicker. And it also helps that I'm focusing on that particular object, like the smell of the object. So I'm getting my head out of whatever headspace I was in before and just focusing on the object and the way it smells, the way it feels, how it looks, and slowly you can find yourself getting more centered. How do you help someone who's having a panic attack? Helping someone that's having a panic attack can be difficult because sometimes you may not know what's happening, you may not really understand, and your first instincts would usually be freak out. But this is the worst thing you can do for that person at that point in time. It's important to remember that you need to stay as calm as possible, uh, so that you will not aggravate the person's, I don't know, aggravate, no? And you will not intensify the person's panic attack even more. May be difficult to do, but this is very important. Also, if you're in a public space and you notice people start to gather to look, okay, what's going on, which sometimes happens, you need to make sure that you get someone or you yourself tell the people to back off because you don't want to crowd them. You don't want to. You're just blocking out all, like your senses already going haywire at that point in time. So having people come, stare, whispering is not gonna help matters at all. It's just gonna possibly make the panic attack worse and make the person feel even worse after. You should also try talking to them in a slow and steady manner, and maybe tell them jokes or little memories or just saying little things to help the person relax. You can start with like saying, okay, it's okay, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, take as long as you need. Remember that time you went to Aunt Sally's house and you accidentally threw the watermelon on the cat, or that's a bit, no, maybe not that, that's a bit grim. But just a nice moment. Only say nice moments at that point in time because the person's head is gonna be filling with fear and bad thoughts already. My niece is crying. It's probably her bedtime. Okay, and that's basically it. If you have any more suggestions on how to help someone that's having a panic attack, or how you yourself stop your panic attack, you link in the description box below. And okay, yeah. So I went to go take care of the baby situation, and now she's quiet and calm. The aftercare for having a panic attack is also quite important because you feel terrible after. You feel like you're crazy. If you're like me, you feel very depressed, you feel like something's wrong with you feel worthless, you feel stressed even after, and you just you just feel lifeless and dead after. So one of the things I like to do after I have a panic attack is just relax. Like, I don't care what I have to do. Like, no, everything just goes on pause. I relax first. I get myself out of that negative headspace and back into a more neutral, or if I can, a positive headspace. And by doing this, is I do these very simple things. I take a shower. 'Cause I feel out of myself. So I take a shower to relax myself. The water helps calm. Also I use scented soaps as well. Or if you have some oils you can burn and shower so you can inhale them. Showers, baths, it all works. I get comfy in something very like a sweatshirt with a scent. I turn off my phone. Yeah, like bye bye phone, bye bye social media, bye people. And if I had something to do with my friends, I immediately say, like, listen, I can't make it. I'll talk to you later. And maybe I make up a lie, like I have a headache or something, because I know it can be embarrassing having a panic attack at first. You may not want to come out and talk to us and say it. Or sometimes you may feel like, okay, it's not really that particular person's business. So you just make up some story. And I lie down. I either read a story, or I watch something, but something I really love to do, which I find it's weird. But every time I'm in a bad headspace, I tend to write poetry or stories better. So I open up my computer and I start to just type and type and type and type. And that has really worked for me. And then I just relax myself. I order in. It's just self-care. You try and make yourself feel better, then you have to sit down with yourself as well. Take, okay, this happened because I was stressed, this happened because I was afraid. So how can I avoid this or help next time? How can I make myself less stressed? Usually, it's best to make a plan of things you need to get out of the way immediately. You make a plan of things you need to do. If you need to, you call someone for help, and just try and sort those things out in order to avoid that panic attack happening again for those particular reasons. And well, um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If I think about anything else or remember anything else, I'll make another video. But for now, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for how my voice was all shaky, but as I said, it is a personal video, and I hope to see you again. If you like, please subscribe. Ask me questions through the comment section below, or send me a DM on Instagram. Our Instagram is in the description box below as well. Subscribe, like I said, like and share with your friends or people who you feel might need to watch this video. Till next time, Jimson.